Please welcome to the stage the Cazenovia College Fashion Merchandising Program Director, Megan Lawson-Clark.
Good evening. Welcome to our 45th annual fashion show. I know you're all waiting with excitement to see what the students have created this year and how the seniors' talents have evolved over their time at Cazenovia College. I would just like to take one moment to thank all the sponsors that have supported this event and our fashion programs throughout the year, especially Mark Jones of Drysec Apparel and his team. I would also like to acknowledge the support we are given by President Chesbrough and the senior leadership at the college, Jackie Wilson of Jess Apparel and her team, and all of the people that support our students on campus, from the fashion faculty to the various departments that work together with them to create this event. And then especially all of the students, family members, and friends gathered here tonight. Thank you. Round of applause for yourselves. Please welcome Lee Beals to the stage. The Cazenovia College fashion programs dedicate this year's show to Lee Beals. I believe we have kept this news a surprise to her until now. Yeah, maybe. Lee joined the fashion faculty 10 years ago as she was phasing out of a lifetime of work as a teacher and an academic administrator into a possible retirement. She wanted to ensure she would keep busy and productive. Since that time, we have kept Lee occupied with many of the tasks in our fashion building at Jepson campus, including teaching, creating new classes, and advising students. Beyond the classroom, she has spent much time in her beloved fabric room, organizing fabric and trims and making it available for students' projects. She enthusiastically boarded the train for many class trips to New York City, including the annual week in January for the New York Tour course. She now knows the best spots in the garment district to source fabric, the finest shops to find more purses for her daughter Maria, and which fashion companies, showrooms, and design houses will host our students for seminars. She is great at networking and has connected many students to exciting fashion internships and career options. We thank Lee Beals for enthusiastic dedication to our program and the fashion students of Cazenovia College. And this year's show is dedicated to you, Lee. Thank you.
Thank you, Megan.
Thank you. We are excited to welcome Nicole Oliver to our 45th fashion show. Just about 7 years ago, Nicole was waiting backstage to show her senior collection, and she knows exactly how nervous our students are and excited for tonight. Upon graduating with her BFA in fashion design, Nicole was hired for a one-year training program at Reebok in Boston, and she designed sports apparel lines. She then headed back to her hometown in Syracuse, New York, and has since worked for Jess Apparel, a connection she initially made as an intern at Cazenovia with that company. She has worked in design and product development and currently holds the position of senior brand manager. She works with global retailers such as Kohl's and JCPenney's, among others, to determine all the merchandising aspects of costing, production, and delivery for fashion brands, such as Rock & Republic, Candies, and A&A. Nicole attends our annual fashion show and is often a jury member for our students' design work. She advises faculty on how to best prepare students for their future careers. She is a great role model for all of our students, and we are happy to introduce her as our guest speaker for tonight's show. Welcome, Nicole.
between Lee and Megan and everyone, I'm just already crying. Thank you, Megan, for that wonderful introduction. This is so exciting, everyone. When I was in Kaz, our fashion show was in the gym. It was so hot. We were all sweating. This is so much more professional and very exciting, so I'm very happy to be here tonight. And I would just like to welcome everybody to the 45th Annual Student Fashion Show. As you know, my name is Nicole Oliver, and I will be your guest speaker tonight. Thank you for taking the time to come out and support these amazing students. Their talent and hard work throughout the year most definitely shows in the garments you are about to see tonight. I was very grateful when I received the invitation to be this year's guest speaker. I look back throughout the years of incredible guest speakers, and to be mentioned with these talented individuals is a true honor. I remember being a student participating in the shows and listening to all the speakers. I've always admired each speaker and how they were able to achieve what they did. Fast forward almost 10 years later and 38 weeks pregnant, and here I am speaking to you all. So bear with me if I have to take a couple breaths here. Now you know. This is truly a humbling experience that I will never forget. Cazenovia College is very special to me. I was immediately drawn to the quaint town, small class sizes, and most importantly, the fashion design program. However, I will say I did not choose Cazenovia initially. I grew up just outside of Syracuse, so I wasn't sure about going to college in my backyard. Also, coming from a large high school, I was nervous that the small college and class sizes were not what I was familiar with. It was a tough decision, but I instead chose to go to SUNY Oneonta for my freshman year. Initially, I liked the idea of being farther from home and getting more of that university vibe. When I moved into my dorm that first day, I just knew something was off. I told myself it was just the freshman jitters and that everything would be fine. Going through the first couple weeks of school, I knew I made the wrong choice. In the end, I realized I did not like being far from home, and the larger class sizes were just not a good fit for me. I felt like I was just a number and was frustrated that I was not able to take many fashion design classes my freshman year. I also learned that the last year of college was spent in New York City, which I just wasn't interested in. Making the right college choice at the age of 18 is never easy, but I knew that I was not where I would be the most successful and most importantly happy. Cazenovia made transferring my sophomore year painless and was the perfect decision for me. I was so glad about the small class sizes, individual help, and being closer to home and my family. Being able to live on campus was perfect, and I still had the ability to come home on weekends if I chose to. I was also able to dive right into classes that pertained to my major during my sophomore year, and noticed that the classes were more hands-on compared to my previous experience. I was not just sitting at a desk taking notes all day, and this was a change that I welcomed greatly. I was excited to participate in that year's annual fashion show as a designer and a model. During my time at Oneonta, only juniors and seniors were allowed to showcase their designs in the fashion show. For Cazenovia, that was not the case, and I was so thrilled to debut my designs on the runway. Early on in my college career, while being heavily involved in the fashion program, I also had the ability and time to play on the college lacrosse team. I was able to make new friends on the team and even had some fellow fashion majors with me, truly rounding out my college experience and leaving me with lasting memories that I will never forget. Other people that I was close to also saw the potential at Cazenovia College. My roommate during my freshman year at Oneonta also transferred with me to Cazenovia, as she liked the same things that I liked about the school. Similarly, my now husband saw my newfound enjoyment of the Cazenovia experience and was inspired to transfer to Cazenovia himself during his junior year. Together we were able to make lifelong friends, some of which we are still very close with today. Attending Cazenovia College helped me with my career in so many ways. Being close to the fashion faculty, I was able to secure my first internship through one of my professors my junior year, who also happened to work at Just Apparel full-time. She set me up with an interview, and I was able to intern with the company that summer. What was even better was that Just was located just outside of Syracuse, so I was able to live at home while interning that summer. I would never have known that there was a fashion company located in my hometown if it wasn't for Cazenovia College. Moving into my senior year, I was getting very nervous about job placement and where I would eventually end up. I still was not ready for New York City, and I was worried that was the only location that was available for me for immediate jobs in my field. I expressed my concern to one of the faculty members, and she asked me what I thought about Boston. I never really thought about that city, or the fact that you could go outside of New York and still be in the fashion industry. I told her I was interested, and she helped me apply to a very well-known company called Reebok International. I applied for a 1-year postgraduate training program in their apparel department. During senior week, I interviewed via video chat and was offered the position later. I couldn't believe I was moving to Boston. My time at Reebok was one of the best years of my life. I was fully immersed in their apparel sport line and learned all facets of what goes into designing athletic apparel. I was able to sit in on important meetings, create sketches and designs, and participate in company-wide events. I was so thankful that I was able to have this opportunity, all with the help from a Cazenovia College faculty member. After my 1-year apprenticeship was complete, I decided it was time to come back home to Syracuse. Not 3 hours after my apprenticeship was over, I called our design director at Jess Apparel to ask her if they were hiring. It took a little convincing and a little stalking. Finally, they took a chance and hired me as a full-time apparel designer. Being a designer at Jess was amazing. I was able to learn what it was like designing for specific brands, such as Candies and Mud Juniors. About 3 months into my position, our owner, Jackie, approached me asking if I was interested in sales and merchandising. I never even thought about that avenue for myself, as I was so involved with apparel design since college. I took her up on the offer and became a brand manager, initially managing our Kohl's, Rockin' Republic, and Candies accounts. Being a brand manager at Jess Apparel, you are involved in the development and production process from style concept to completion. I work closely with our brand's product teams to negotiate style costs and provide production schedules and timelines for orders that they book with us. I also show our company's internal designs and fabrics to book orders from as well. As a brand manager, you work very closely with factories from all over the world, negotiating costs and working on production timelines that fit our customers' needs. There is nothing better than going to a Kohl's or JCPenney store and seeing the garment on the floor that you worked so hard to get there. What's even more exciting is when you see people actually wearing the garments that you worked on. 6 years later, I'm still loving what I'm doing. I have recently been promoted to senior brand manager and currently manage our 8 Missy brands for both Kohl's and JCPenney. In 2016, I was awarded Salesperson of the Year, generating $12 million in total sales, bringing my team over the projected sales goal for that year. As a brand manager, I'm still involved in the design process, but from a different perspective. Being on the sales and merchandising side, I'm still involved in fabric and silhouette choices, but with customers' price and timeline needs in mind. I'm grateful to Cazenovia College for guiding me to Jess Apparel, without whom I would never have known about this great company right in my backyard. I am very lucky to be able to stay in the town where I grew up in and start my own family, all while being in the industry that I studied and fell in love with. Not many people can say that. Cazenovia allowed me to be myself and really flourish during my college years. I wasn't just a number and always received any individualized attention needed. Not once did I ever feel like I was not getting the help that I required. Being in a smaller school allowed me to customize my major and choose classes that were best suited for me. That truly makes Cazenovia stand out from the other colleges in the area. Being part of Cazenovia College's alumni has allowed me to contribute in many fashion program-related functions, and I look forward to participating for many years to come. I would like to welcome you all to this wonderful event. These students have worked incredibly hard during the year, and you are all in for quite a treat this evening. So without further ado, please sit back, relax, and enjoy the 45th Annual Cazenovia College Fashion Show. Thank you.
This year, fashion design and merchandising students were enrolled in the product development class taught by instructor Elise Thayer and had the opportunity to work with Jessapero, a locally owned fashion design house based in East Syracuse, New York, specializing in speed to market. The students designed and produced ensembles for national brands such as A&A, Candies, and Rockin' Republic. These designs will be showcased at this year's fashion show.
Ryan Little.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I present to you the senior collections of the class of 2018. Please welcome to the stage Elise Thayer, visitor instructor in the Fashion Program and Fashion Design Program, Director Karen Steen, as they recognize the senior designers, merchandisers, and business students involved in this year's fashion show.
Wow, that was an amazing show. Can we all agree? Round of applause to seniors, designers, and majors. Fantastic show. I especially want to thank Visual Technologies and the Landmark Theater for helping us put on an exceptional show. Thank you all. It is my special honor to highlight each one of our seniors this year. Our fashion merchandising seniors, Amanique Arrington, Jeremy Bombard, Emily Ramirez, Taylor Tagliamonte, our business seniors, Bailey Call, Jessica Keller, our accounting senior, Janina Clark, our fashion design seniors, Deirdre Ayala, Emily Bonney, Abby Jiju, Casey Russell, business senior, fashion design, Avalon Faison, Tyla Henderson, Mitchell McCullough, Amy Olson, Alyssa Rivera, Kathy Perez Sanchez, Shalea Washington, let's give them one more round of applause for all their hard work and dedication. And now, please join us for one last look.
like to thank our professors, Megan Lawson-Clark and Elise Thayer, for all their help. Without them, the show would not be a success. So we got you guys roses and flowers. And we'd like to thank you all for coming. Thank you so much.